Good morning, Palmer Ridge. I'm Stacia Gessert.
And I'm Miguel McIntyre. Thanks for joining us this week.
We apologize for any technical issues you may have experienced during our last show and hope to avoid them in the future.
The first meeting of Science Olympiad will be this Wednesday, Mr. Dahl's room at 7 a.m. If you have any interest, make sure to check it out.
A couple of weeks ago, we had our annual rival football game against our sister school, LP. After our win last year, it must have been nice for them to finally redeem themselves. Here's Tucker with a review on what happened on the field.
A few weeks ago, our football team squared off against our rivals Lewis Palmer. This game means a lot to both our players and coaches, and this year was no different. The team walked out onto the field with high hopes. Unfortunately, the game did not go as planned. Although the Bears suffered a tough loss, their hustle was evident on the field. The team now knows what key areas to improve. The Rangers will face a better prepared and improved Palmer Ridge football team in the playoffs.
Well, our coaches are really good at game planning. For every game, they always come up with game plans. Our defenses change, and our offense is set for the defense we go against.
The loss did not dampen school spirit, as the Bear Nation cheered for our team until the final whistle. For Ridgeline, this is Tucker Ballman.
Thanks, Tucker. LP might have taken home the trophy this year, but I have faith it will soon be ours once again.
Although we're a good month into the school year, parking is still a subject that needs to be addressed. With the student lot full of relatively new drivers, here's Bill with a reminder on parking procedure.
Over the summer, many Palmer Ridge students got their driver's licenses. It's important to always maintain driving safety when navigating the Palmer Ridge parking lots.
Parking lots are said to be some of the most dangerous places to drive. 20% of all accidents happen in parking lots, and it's very easy to get confused with the flow of traffic, especially after the bell rings. In fact, Palmer Ridge has a few unique rules that apply to high school drivers, like not parking in the triangles. Please make sure that you always stay alert and watch not only for cars, but also pedestrians.
Be careful, especially with the new speed bumps and the new one-way signs. Make sure that you know exactly where you're driving and where everybody else is driving.
It's important to be mindful of the buses and make sure you always park at student-designated areas. For Ridgeline, this is Bill Jones.
Because it is our privilege and not our right to be able to park at school, please remember to practice safe driving habits in the lot.
Art comes in a variety of styles and forms. Among these are drawing, poetry, and short stories. Our creative writing club compiles these crafts into a convenient literary magazine known as Ink.
Palmer Ridge is host to various types of media, such as newspaper, Ridgeline, and Ink magazine. Despite all that, students can still contribute to the magazine by submitting their artistic work to the Creative Writing Club. Unlike years before, Ink is now published by the Creative Writing Club. This club meets every Tuesday from 3 to 4 after school. The club focuses on sharing their love for the written word, and they welcome any student that wants to become a better writer.
So, any student can contribute. In the Creative Writing Club, we require that every student submits some sort of contribution to the Ink magazine every term.
As students exercise their writing skills, they also have a lot of fun helping each other get better at writing, and they highly encourage other students to join. For Ridgeline, this is Miguel McIntyre.
Thanks, Miguel. It's cool to see the collaboration of literary talents our artists here at Palmer Ridge possess.
Roller skating might have been a popular pastime for your parents or teachers when they were teenagers. This year, skating is making a comeback. Here's Stasia on how the theater department is making roller skating relevant again.
Perhaps you've seen students toting around skates, or maybe you've noticed that our local skate park has been unusually crowded. This year, the theater department is putting on the musical Starlight Express, a musical performed entirely on roller skates. Staying true to the theater department's theme of taking risk, this year's musical is Starlight Express. The show is performed entirely on quad roller skates, meaning the majority of the company had to trade traditional summer activities for afternoons at the roller rink. All summer, the potential performers mastered various skills on their skates: spins, ramp work, single skate tricks, dancing, cartwheels, and more. It was not uncommon to earn bruises or other injuries.
And once I learned crossovers, everything else just kind of fell into place pretty naturally. I was able to go backwards pretty soon after I learned how to do a crossover, and that's just my favorite thing to do.
With the commitment that these thespians have shown for their auditions, you can guarantee that Starlight is going to be one amazing show. This is Stasia reporting for Ridgeline.
Sounds like the Bare Necessity Theater is going to put on quite a show. Be on the lookout for ticket sales.
Projects, tests, and homeworks have become more common in our student workload. Palmer Ridge offers a club to help you focus on getting your academic tasks to a more manageable state. Here's Sean on the benefits of attending our homework club.
Here at Palmer Ridge, we offer a wide variety of subjects to study in. Many of those subjects offer homework. Some students may become overwhelmed with that homework. Luckily, there's a club that'll help you solve all those problems. Homework Club meets every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock and is a convenient way to get the work that you are struggling with done. The club is run by actual tutors and National Honor Society students. Whether it's math, English, or science, Homework Club provides an environment in which you can be assisted.
So our homework group has started up for the year, and we're meeting every Tuesday and Thursday in the library from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We do have teachers and National Honor Society volunteers to help you with your homework. And there is no bus provided afterwards, so you will need to find a ride or walk home.
If you're struggling with homework, it may be a good idea to check it out. From Ridgeline, this is Sean Brady.
Thanks, Sean. It's nice to know that there are resources to help lessen the stress of our studies.
After our loss of our beloved Bobby, it's hard to imagine a Ridgeline weather report without him. This year, we are introducing our first female weather person. Here's Brinkley Gary with the weather.
Good morning, Palmer Ridge. I'm Brinkley Gary, your conveniently local weather woman, and here's the weather for this week. Earlier this week, the pressure map over our nation shows us that there are multiple low pressure zones on the west coast and the northwest, which could be moving toward us to bring us some precipitation. Looking at the radar, it looks like the west coast is getting some action, and Utah and Nevada are receiving some rain, so hopefully it moves towards us. Even Texas and Arkansas are getting some rain showers. So let's go to the 5-day and check out the forecast for this week. Monday will be cloudy with a high of 73 and a low of 63. Midweek Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be in the high 70s and low 80s throughout the day. And closing off the week, we will have a high 77 and a low 60 for Friday. That's all I have for you, Palmer Ridge. Whether you like it or not, that's this week's forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brinkley. I'm sure in due time you'll show your worthiness and take on Bobby's legacy.
That's our show for the week, Palmer Ridge. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next week for more news on the Ridge.